1. Peru. The South American country of Peru is known for one of the most beautiful attractions in the world, Macchu Pichu. If you're planning to travel to Peru, you should understand that it is not safe. Macchu Pichu is one of the only parts of the country that actually is safe. The rest of the country consists of many travel routes and rural areas. The places are homes to terrorist groups and drug trafficking cartels. These are both huge threats to tourists. The only reason that Macchu Pichu is so secure is that it brings in so much money each year from tourists. Number 2. Bangkok, Thailand. Over the past year, Thailand has been a volatile place due to the political issues going on in the country. It's actually a city within Thailand that is especially dangerous. Many people visit Bangkok expecting an exciting party. Unfortunately, it can turn out to be a nightmare. Organized crime is a huge problem in this city, and petty thieves are everywhere. These people prey on tourists, stealing their money, passports, or worse. The biggest issue in Bangkok is that the police don't seem to care what's going on in the city. They would rather look the other way than do their job. It is a very dangerous city to visit. Number 3. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Years ago, Rio was one of the most dangerous places in the world to visit. Over the past few years, with added police presence and competent officers, things have calmed down a bit. However, it is still very dangerous. Many people consider the worst areas of Rio to be tourist attractions. These slums are where robberies, muggings, kidnappings, and even murders happen. If you're brave enough to venture into these areas of Rio, you would need to do so with the help of a trained guide and go out in large groups. It is the only way that you can be sure that you can make it back to your hotel safe and unharmed. Number 4. Israel. Israel is a very popular travel destination due to its history and its religious significance. People have been visiting Israel for these reasons for hundreds of years. Unfortunately, it has become more of a war zone than a holy land over the past decade. It is not uncommon for a rocket or bomb to level areas of the city. There's also a great deal of terrorist activity going on in Israel, which is not only directed at locals, it is directed at tourists as well. What used to be a holy spiritual trip 10 years ago, today could be a deadly one. Number 5. Bogotá, Colombia. Bogotá, Colombia is safer today than it was a few years ago, however, it is still not the safest place to visit. Over the years, political leaders and the police have been working hard to make Bogotá safer for tourists. This is because tourist money can boost the economy. Unfortunately, there are still areas that remain very dangerous. Rural areas are not safe, and this can spread into Bogotá. Travel on rural roadways can be very dangerous. People are known to be robbed, attacked, and even kidnapped in these areas. While the threat has decreased over the past few years, it is still a dangerous place to visit. Number 6. Mumbai, India. There are plenty of things to do in Mumbai, India. However, it can be a dangerous place to visit as well. Women should avoid traveling alone as sexual crimes happen all the time and the police don't seem to care. If you're not always alert, you can end up getting robbed and scammed in Mumbai. Most of these robberies are violent ones. If you insist on visiting Mumbai and you want to avoid leaving bruised and penniless, you need to travel safe and keep your guard up. If you are traveling alone and are not a seasoned traveler, you should stay out of Mumbai and out of India. Number 7. Haiti and the Dominican Republic. If you're planning to visit Haiti and the Dominican Republic, you should stay on your resort. This is the only place where you can be sure that you'll be safe. Most travelers want to go out and explore new places. This is where things can get dangerous. If you use a bank machine to get cash, you can lose everything. These machines are often tampered with. Things can even be more dangerous than that. For example, kidnappings, robberies, and assaults are a very serious problem when you step off the grounds of the resort. Murder is even a possibility if you don't know what you're doing when you get there. Even if you do know what you're doing, the area is still extremely unpredictable. Number 8. Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town is one of the most dangerous cities in the entire world. Because of its gorgeous landscape, Cape Town is a tourist attraction, even though it is extremely dangerous. When visiting this city, you need to worry about muggings, carjackings, sexual assault, and even murder. The government is extremely corrupt in Cape Town, therefore there is not much police presence. Those who are present are often on the take. If you're planning to visit Cape Town, you shouldn't expect any type of protection from the local police. If you're going to get out alive, you need to be alert at all times. Number 9. Acapulco, Mexico. Acapulco was listed by Business Insider magazine as the third most violent city in the world. The dangers are not just to the locals but to the tourists as well. While Acapulco is still the biggest tourist attraction in Mexico, it is not safe. The murder rate is 104 murders per 100,000 inhabitants. Drugs, robbery, and assault are also serious problems that plague the city. If you're planning a visit to Acapulco, you should stay on your resort and out of the slums and the bad neighborhoods. It only takes a few seconds of letting your guard down for you to never make it home. Number 10. Pattaya Elephant Kingdom. This is the only place on the list where it is not the city that is dangerous, it is the attraction. It is actually one of the most dangerous tourist destinations. At Pattaya Elephant Kingdom, you can board a raft with several other people in severely alligator-infested waters. You can go on the raft and feed the alligators. If you lean too far over, body parts can be torn off. If you lean too far over, you'll be food for the alligators. The worst part of all is that the raft is not the safest thing in the world. Only the bravest of the brave enjoy this attraction.